Alright, there we go. Should now be live. Of course, that means I've got to pull up my chat as per usual. So please bear with me just a moment. There we go. Should be good. Whoa, what is this? Hold on, YouTube is telling me there's an update. Oh, got it. Yeah, it's telling me that if I don't like what anybody says in the chat, I can time you guys out for new units of time, which is likely not going to happen because, frankly, the whole censorship thing, outside of incredibly rare exceptions, I don't too much care. YouTube's going to do what it's going to do, and it will allow what it's willing to allow, and I will read that which I feel is worth reading, which is, so far, just about everything, including some things that YouTube doesn't want read, because my censorship bar is much, much looser than theirs will probably ever be. Alright, so anyways, it's been a minute since I've streamed last, and unfortunately for me, in my spare time, my time allotted for playing games has not been as massive as I wish it was. And so when I'm sitting down, I've only got like 5-10 minutes. So what I've been doing is playing a lot more Rune Factory, because that's something that, again, the form factor of the Switch makes it great for me to pick a game up, pause it, leave this the system kind of in a sleep mode, come back later, pick it up, 5 more minutes, whatever. Armored Core would be befitting of that if I was wanting to turn my computer on every time I wanted to play a game, which isn't always the case, and then I'm not even always at my computer. So, unfortunately, I am a little out of practice. I did one arena test run beforehand just to make sure I remember the general layout of the controls, which I did. And so I have 2 more arena fights to get to try and shake off some of that rust before, if we go to the missions, we've still got a couple of missions available, and I don't know which of these is going to necessarily be boss heavy, and I don't know yet. Yeah, we've got decisions to make in these, is what that symbol seems to imply. I don't know what that's going to mean for the story. I've talked about it before, that prior Armored Core games have a lot to their story layout. And some of the things that actually determine your story end path is literally whether or not you succeeded in certain missions. Unlike in this Armored Core, past ones didn't have to be, I've talked about it here and there, balls bustingly hard in the same feel and sense. Quite often, at least in my experience, failing an Armored Core mission, God, with probably with exception to 4 Answer, which is the I didn't play 4, I played 4 Answer. Most failures that I can recall experiencing were more so about not succeeding in the mission objective, less so necessarily dying outright, with possible additional exception of running out of ammo, which was a serious issue in a lot of Armored Cores. If you play them as I have been this one, which is far more high action focused, and even in this one, I've run out of ammo. Like I've had some missions where I reach near the end and it's just like, whew, I probably shouldn't have been sitting around dancing with the enemies as long as I had. Which is a part of this game that I really like, is that they do punish me for bullying the nonsensical enemies, or the low importance enemies. If I bully them too much, I pay for it later on in the mission. So we have a couple of big value missions here, and I'm kind of skeptical on what these decision ones are going to be, but again, that's not what I'm doing right off the bat. First things first, I've got some arena fights to get through. So here we have Chatty Stick. Oh God, it's giving me God, what was that app? What was that app game that came out that a lot of the VTubers are now starting to play? God, Nike? I think it's Nike. In fact, I'm almost certain it's Nikke. There is an enemy in the story of that as you go through called Chatterbox. So that's a fun one. Fun for different reasons. If you have seen the advertisements of that game alone, you know what's going on with that game. The right hand of RAD's ringleader and chief engineer. Okay, so this is Chatty is with Cinder, which again, Cinder is someone that I'm banking on. I like Cinder as a character. One day, Carla built a simple suggestion-based AI to provide basic support and occasional entertainment. That reminds me, I think it was was it 5 or Verdict Day? You had like other there was a whole system you could build around automatic sort of assisting units that you would bring in with you, which was a really cool idea and a cool mechanic, and I have seen people do crazy things with it. The craziest one I saw was someone building a couple out to be incredibly exceptional at very long range combat. Meanwhile, they would rush in and they would be the high action, I'm the player, let me be involved. But then their additional guys would like sit back and just do a lot of long range peppering. And it looked like a really fun way to play the game. So again, it was a thing that used to be, but it was one of those things that came in for an era and then disappeared. And I don't think that's necessarily fair to say it disappeared, because it was literally the last era, and who knows if we'll see that come back someday or not. Hey Richard, welcome to the stream. How are things going for you? Hopefully things are going well. And it's been a while since I've heard or seen, and I'm not saying that you haven't done updates, but it's been a while since I've heard or seen any updates about your puppos and your cats. How are things going on their front? How are the animals doing? Anyways, I was reading this before I got distracted on the storyboarding of the character. I got wrapped up in Carla, and then there was an avenue that my brain went, and I don't even remember what I said for the last 2 minutes. Okay, so Carla built the AI unit. However, no matter what conversational prompts she gave him, he would never say more than necessary. I don't know, that sounds fairly similar to what you'd expect out of AI. You ask it to achieve, and it's going to take the most direct path to achieve the goal you requested or to give the information requested. Instead, it seemed that he was content to be a good listener to his creator's free-spirited, eccentric ideas. If it's not very vocal, why would you name it Chatty? Unless it's in reference to your action with the AI.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 14, rank C.
I like the purple and yellow. I think it kind of clashes with the cyan on the legs. But the purple and yellow I'm kind of digging. Alright, let's get this fight going here real fast. Oh shit, this is where we had that boss that was absolutely wrecking my shit for a while. Pretty well, Tiffany's in the cage because I was Oh, you were just doing another recording for a song? Do you care to maybe to drop the title here? Let me know what's coming up, because you know I'm gonna have to go check that out as soon as it either A, goes up, or B, when I end my stream if you've already uploaded it. She tends to destroy stuff downstairs if left alone. Again, I'm reminded of her and that fence line. I don't need to think about the potential destructive behavior. Was just about to let her out now. The other dogs are doing well too, and that's always great to hear. Glad to hear everyone's doing well, and Tiffany is... that you are figuring out what need be done to maintain for Tiffany. There we go. So I've gone back to my standard loadout here. Oh, get away from those missiles. Oh, okay, he got me pretty, got me out of that one pretty well. Come on, stagger. There we go. So this guy's rocking some tank legs, but they're not the big beefy ones. He is, however, very mobile with them. Can't knock him for that. Even when I get in for a quick little jab with my sword there, I can't really land, hold on, too many consecutive hits unless he's staggered, because he's actually mobile enough to even be able to get out from that first shot.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
There is something about the mobility and free float that I love with this build, but it's not always the answer for everything. And as much as I would love to just constantly beat my head against the wall until it works, it being my favorite loadout is not necessarily saying it's what I need to stick with all the time. Probably not one you've heard before. Didn't upload it yet. It's called Suneo ni Naratara. I think I got close with the pronunciation there. It took me a couple tries on that first word. You sang the Japanese lyrics. Nice. That's got to be challenging, because here I am reading that once and I'm just like, oh boy, my brain done smelling like bacon already. I sang the Japanese lyrics over the instrumental for some English version that was a faster. I have trouble reading Japanese slow in the American brain melt that I have. And you're just sitting here just like, yeah, so it was a faster version of the original, and I was like, fuck it, we ball. For context, it's one of the first Japanese songs I actually bothered to learn, this being nearly a decade ago. I'm sure that kind of helps along with that. Hey Dem, welcome to the stream. How are things going for you? And what is going on with you on the lady front? Because last I heard, you were having some success on that, and you know, we celebrate our wins here. All right, yeah, and Richard is just saying welcome back to you as well, Dem. I'm just currently trying to shake off some rust in Armored Core, and also try to get myself back in the habit that I think was not in the form that I like to build off of last time, where my approach to chat was not as constantly directed as I would like it to be per the normal.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 13, Rank C, final evaluation.
Oh, this is the last one of the rank C, and I didn't pay attention. Uh-oh, hold on. Nope. Look, hold on, game. Hold on. I need to throw this match. Hold up. No. I slowly turned for the walk away. One of those, hold on, I fucked up. You take the win. I need to go. I got too excited and I jumped in. Alright, so this is Tsubasa, the de facto military leader of the Rubicon Liberation Front is rank C? I assume that is like because he's out of the field too much, and he's leading from his cushy head honcho position and not so much active. Because the idea of there being a military leader just being only rank C is kinda rough. His authority is second only to that of Father Dalmayan, and his standing within the organization has earned him an informal title. Oh. as a fellow elder. He is the uncle of the Liberation Front to Delamain's father. Delmayan. Dalmayan? I think it's Dalmayan. I think I've been pronouncing it wrong incorrectly. For a time, Flatwell worked as a spy within the extraplanetary corporations, and has sway over a rather significant contact in Schneider's HR department. Alright, now we can get in here and put him in a body bag.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number
Well. Of course, I mentioned that Dem is having success on the ladies' front, and he's going to immediately just be like, yo, hold up, let me put my ego on the table and tell you how good things are going. Hannah's good. She's having a nap right now before we go out. Love to see it. I take it that means you are, Oh, hold up. Able to be spending a lot more time with her. Oh. So he's actually got one of the same optional units I do. There we go. There we go. Dropped it out, though. Alright, now that I have cleared this guy out, and I actually feel like I would say I've managed to shake the rust off, but I do have to step away for one brief second, so I will be right back. Please bear with me for a moment. I apologize about that. Let me get my microphone back in place and try to minimize the squeaky nature of it. Alright, so as I immediately had to get up and leave for just a brief second, I see that Dem's got some unfortunate news, but it's also, it's a balancing act here. And I am going to read as I assume you have typed, with my flavor on top instead of just, as literally written out. But fuck, I am stressed, having to redo the whole year for 18,000. I assume this is 18,000 extra debt, not 18,000 of where you're at in total right now. And I can, so it would be 18,000 for the redo of the year, is what I'm interpreting there. And I can stay in my flat or 2 modules for 200, but then you'd have to move out ASAP. Yeah, based on how long a module is, that obviously would sounds like it makes a lot more sense to me. The situation there is then you are also paying rent to someone else, and based on where you go and what you're able to find, that might be better or worse, and it might even be better or worse just on the condition. Sorry about that. The conditions you'll be under. I know when you're looking at rentals, at least in my area, you're kind of looking at very low quality living, unless you kind of branch out a little bit. Because a lot of the rentals in the area are either you're renting a house, which is a lot better, or if you're doing apartment renting, you're gonna be going more into the less wanted to spend large amounts of time in parts of town.
Congratulations.
The nearest
You passed
apartment
rank C.
complex that I would say is like...
We hope that our aid has helped push you to achieve greater things. All Mind exists for all mercenaries.
Alright, so it looks like we got our rank up. Anyways, as I was saying, if you were to try to get an apartment complex in my area, the nearest... I'd say the nearest 3 are actually pretty commonly... pretty crime-heavy facilities, in so much as at least the 2 that I'm thinking of are prone to having shootings, well drive-bys. And the problem with drive-bys in an apartment complex is when people do drive-bys, they're not particularly worried about aiming. They're just about firing upon the location that their target resides within. Which means quite often, people who have nothing to do with the beef going on end up with bullets flying through their rooms. Also, we've mostly managed to get Tiffany to stop pooping in the house. Although if our pit bull barks too quickly after letting them out, we have to wait a few minutes longer, or she will. I hope Tiffany is a dog. No. Tiffany is what he refers to his Amber Heard clone as. Instead of pooping on the bed, she poops in the floor of the house. Yes, Tiffany is a dog. Tried saying that with the emoji, and the emoji was the only thing that appeared. Whole year is 12... Alright, so the whole year is 1,200 hours. 2 modules will be like 50 to 100, and I only need to go to the uni for a single exam. Hey Rigid, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I am going through chat and only just reached yours, so how are things going for you? Hopefully things are going well. I literally just came back from a walk to my local convenience stores. I have been doing the same recently. Not so much just to the convenience store, but just walking to various locations in my area. It's not even about the destination anymore. It's just I need to maintain that level of activity. Got myself some Mountain Dew, so I have some energy to... So I have the energy to punch some drywall, except I wouldn't because I'm not an idiot. No. What are you talking about? Isn't that like the average like 14 to 17-year-old white boy lifestyle, man? What are you talking about? That has nothing to do with being an idiot. I don't know what you're talking about. My brother was right about the Mountain Dew Voodoo being Airheads flavor. It was cherry Airheads. Alright. I still haven't tried any recently. I've been pretty much avoiding soda for a while. Not for any reason in particular other than... No, sorry about that. Other than it seems to be when I drink soda, I tend to want to eat more. I assume that might have something to do with like the carbonation, maybe giving my stomach a little bit of a numbing sensation. But I've actually went out and purchased some more G Fuel flavors to make sure that I'm getting something that at least tastes decent. But again, the trade-off with the soda is personal choice for me. But I've got to admit, I miss a good Mountain Dew. I think it was what is the dark blue flavor? I think it was like Voltage or something like that. That used to be my favorite. Alright, so we've got some actual missions to go on now. Let's read these over and see what we're looking at. 2 of these have choices in them. I still know nothing about what the choices mean in the story of Armored Core, so we'll see where that goes. Deactivate all ECM fog control devices and survey Xylem, the floating city. That actually sounds really cool, but again, you look at the reward jump that gives. There's a freaking boss on Xylem. Like, that's what that tells me. But also, a boss that comes after a fog mission, which could be kind of cool. There'd be a lot of things sneaking up on me. Defend the main missile of the RAD missile battery until the... Defend? Additional rewards for defending sub-missiles. I don't think we've had a defend mission yet. That's really cool. I'm taking that one just because it's different.
Long time no see, tourist. I've got a job for you. The PCA's show of force has finally started to affect my own business.
I didn't realize that this was given to us by Cinder, and I appreciate my choice even more.
Chance to become their lackeys. Now they're feeling ambitious and sniffing around RAD territory again. I'd say this calls for fireworks, and I've got something that'll blow them away.
So keep the missile safe until she can have her her little firework debut.
Grateful, though. They're bound to come running to stop the launch. That's where you come in. Intercept them and defend the missiles. We'll make sure the Coyotes and the PCA get a chance to see RAD's famous fireworks.
I love that I was calling it fireworks, and she's just like, no, that's exactly what we're going for. I love that energy. So yeah, got some more. My brother was right about the Mountain Dew Voodoo. Yep, that explains why the Mountain Dew Voodoo tastes like Skittles. Same kind of flavor. There's nothing like that taste of. There's nothing like that taste of a rainbow soda. Anytime I go to Turkey Hill lately, I get a 20-ounce Mountain Dew Zero Sugar because I get a type of candy I actually really like for free with it. Awesome. What's the candy you get for free? I am not aware of any such deals that have ever happened in my neck of the woods. What I will say is, as much as I think it was Voltage. I think that was the brand of the one that I'm thinking of. But as much as I loved it, I could never find it in a diet flavor option. And I'll be honest, I'm one of those ridiculous people that actually like the diet Mountain Dew over the regular Mountain Dew. That's just, personal taste and personal preference, but and I think that probably has a lot to do with the fact that where I drank the most Mountain Dew was at my uncle's growing up, and he would always buy the Diet Mountain Dew, so it's probably a lot of that, early era growing up brain feel-good memories that it triggers. All of those dopamine hits.
Let's head over. Hopefully the dozers won't be too dosed up on coral to make an appearance.
So, we know that Cinder used to work with a lot of these dozer guys. And what I'm picking up on the story is, big military complex came in and said, hey, we're the big dog on campus now, and they fled willingly, immediately, with little of a second thought. And Cinder's just like, yo, hold up, we have no sympathy for traitors, and I can get behind that.
Get to your position.
We did arrive as scheduled. I suppose they're an eager bunch.
Alright, I'm supposed to defend this place, so we'll see what it takes to do that job. Alright, both of those can do the job there, fair enough.
Confirmed. First enemy wave destroyed.
Oh, they're coming in waves. Fair enough, alright.
Commencing missile launch sequence.
Oh hey, Chatty Stick. We've actually already ran into this guy once.
Chatty's our systems admin. Doesn't talk much, but he knows his stuff.
Well, he's also an AI. You haven't
No
mentioned
time
that
for
yet.
pleasantries. We've got coyotes to deal with. Never thought they'd end up palling around with the PCA. Smart, but not for long.
Whoop.
Here comes
They're
the
coming
second
in.
wave. Keep the fireworks safe.
They're coming from the front left side.
I love that her and I are on the same brain wavelength of the depiction of what we're dealing with here. I think they're gonna drop. Yep. Well, I took care of several before they actually managed to do their drop. Which means they can't even get close enough
That's what I like to see,
to do any
tourists.
damage.
I almost pity the poor fools.
Was that it? I don't see any more sitting around anywhere.
They're coming from the bridge.
Look
Oh,
at all those
straight on?
trees. Don't let them slip past you.
Gotta cut them off where I can. Alright, there we go. A little bit of damage there. Alright, there's no way I'm dealing with these ones before they drop. Well, okay, they only dropped 2, which isn't bad. We got a few more coming in on this side.
Third wave coming from the bridge. Those machines look different.
Toy Box Max. One of our spicier products. Take them out first.
Alright, those ones are gone.
50%.
What else we got here? I'm also starting to get low on ammo on my machine gun, so might have to go a little more rocket heavy for a minute.
Missile launch sequence at 50%.
Chatty's almost ready. Don't fail us now, tourist.
There we go.
Left shoulder ammunition end.
I actually feel like this is going too well, and I expect they're going to throw something heavy at me
Don't let any
soon.
through.
Right shoulder ammunition end. 50%.
There we go.
Right hand.
Alright. There's another one somewhere. There it is.
Tourist. There won't be anyone left to see the fireworks.
No! I'm having my own fun here, lady.
They're walking all over us. Do your job, tourist.
Left shoulder ammunition end. 30%.
Alright. Am I missing any? Oh, got someone over here.
Right shoulder ammunition end. 30%.
Alright, we seem to be doing good. We got 1:20 left. I see you over here. Hold up, big heavy cannon.
Looks like the bigger dogs have arrived.
Laser sweep. Don't let it burn you.
Batter up, tourist. You've blown up a warship before, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's something I necessarily want to make a regular habit of. There we go, giving me just enough boost to get up here.
10%.
Taking it out from above is a lot easier.
PCA warship destroyed.
That's the stuff. Thanks for the pre-show, tourist.
Missile launch sequence. Chief. Ready when you are.
God, that's such a fun explosion. Like, I know I've mentioned it before that this is one of the first series I'm playing with headphones, as most streamers intend to, and the sound of that, it just hits so good.
Enjoy, scumbags.
Tourist. There is the predicted impact point.
There we go. Oh, is that where they're heading off to? Oh, let's take a
Looks like
look.
I was a little off. Well, close enough is good enough for me.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
They really are like fireworks.
I mean, that's really all a firework is just a controlled explosion with bright, pretty colors. Alright, let's see what we have going on in chat here. Most of the Mountain Dew flavors don't have a diet equivalent. If they do, it's zero sugar. And honestly, even zero sugar is not too far off. Again, I have gone to the point where I have gotten used to little sugar in my diet. And actually at this point, a lot of high sugar things actually taste not as appealing anymore. I have found after going zero sugar or diet equivalents for a while, a lot of high sugar foods actually start tasting. How do I say this? You know how if you go on a high sugar diet, not sugar, that's not the right word. If you eat a lot of foods with sugar in it, that's a better way to say it, because it's not about the high sugar content or anything. If you eat a lot of foods like that, and then you have the diet equivalents, they have that chemically taste, and people aren't wrong, because that's what's making that sweetening taste, is essentially a lot of chemical food play, which is also not good for you. But if you go from things that are sugar regular to a diet equivalent, you'll start to taste that a bit more. I have reached the point where that is the opposite, where if I go for a sugar beverage, I actually taste that distinct flavor difference, and it's at the point now where my brain says, this isn't as preferable to me. Much in the same way that I have started using fruits, for example. Since I've started gardening and growing in enough abundance that I can eat certain things more regularly, I have reached that point where I will use fruits to apply sweetness to food where it wasn't before, where applicable. Obviously, like beverages is a harder thing to do that with, but when cooking, if I want more sweetness in something and I don't want to use sugar, like let's say if I'm baking, you gotta use sugar, that's kind of the default there. But if I'm doing general purpose cooking, I might just put more fruit to the side and say, that's where I'm getting my sweet from. They do have zero sugar Baja Blast now. I didn't know that. That's something I might... God, you guys tell me these things and I'm just like, I remember... Member berries! You remember Baja Blast? Member Baja Blast! And my brain's just like, oh my god, high school brain tingly, yes, I want Baja Blast. I'm sitting here saying like, I don't need these things, and now I'm feeling like that SpongeBob meme. Don't need it. I don't need it. Don't say they will throw something heavy. You might get a face full of clam chowder because you jinxed it. That was such a fun explosion. That's what she said. God damn it. I mean, not, yes, but also, like, I am very much traditional American. I like my fire. I like my explosions. I like loud booms, and I like things that make me warm and fuzzy as I stand by them as they burn and decarbonize very rapidly is the way I'll try to wrap that statement up terribly. About to eat lunch. One of the friends I live with brought, some chili dogs. We have a local place that makes very, very good chili dogs. And here's the thing. Chili dogs are one thing, right? Like we all agree a chili dog must be topped with chili. That is a thing. Like that, you know what you're getting. In my area, and I don't know if this is true about other areas, we have these things called coney dogs. And I'm fairly certain a coney dog is ubiquitous across the nation in America. Everyone's going to know what the hell a coney dog is. But they're not going to necessarily know that a coney dog description is not as ubiquitous as a chili dog description. So the place that we have here makes really, really good chili dogs. In my opinion, they make god-awful coney dogs. But then we have another place that makes amazing coney dogs, and it's just like, bro, we aren't even gonna fuck with chili dogs. Like, they don't even have an option. But there is, when you're dealing with coney dogs, there is like that sauce that goes on top. Some places have a more almost chili like saucy sauce, and other places are just like, nah, man, we're our sauce is essentially topping it with more meat, and that's the kind of sauce. That's the coney dog experience I like. It's damn near like getting a double-decker hot dog. Which, again, could be a that's what she said joke. Oh. I thought coney dogs and chili dogs were the same thing. Again, it's the coney dog.
Chatty Stick, RAD. Thanks for helping with the fireworks show. The chief loved working with you, so don't be a stranger. That's all I had to say. Later.
Yeah, see, oddly enough, for an AI, again, I have, in this game, they have made me work alongside some people that are absolute dickbags. So I'm sitting here with this AI program, like, you know what? I like this guy. I like this guy, and I like Cinder. So, I have clear biases. But yeah, coney dogs are not as ubiquitously described. Even in my state, like, there is a warring faction. I talk about how in my youth, a lot of my time was spent either to the south in Detroit or to the north in Flint. I've spent a little bit of time in other areas as well, but those are the two big areas where a lot of my growing up time was spent. And the Flint, the difference between the two has gotten so massive that it is now referred to as a Flint style coney dog, which is the style I prefer, and the Detroit style coney dog, which is the clearly inferior grease dog, as far as I'm concerned. But it's a hot topic, and by saying it that way, I may have just made some enemies. After drinking diet soda, mostly after I became diabetic, most sugary soda tastes awful to me. It's a thing about that, and the interesting thing is there are some sodas that are just better as their sugared version, but your trained, I guess, flavor palette will skew it in such a way that, in my experience, like Mountain Dew is the clearest example for me. If I were to be purely honest, I genuinely think the classic, the sugarcane version of Mountain Dew is probably the superior Mountain Dew when they had that around, the throwback. But when comparing Diet Mountain Dew and regular Mountain Dew, even then I would say there is probably a genuine better drink. But then there's also the difference that has been trained into my brain now says these two drinks are different enough that it's kind of not right to compare them anymore. Again, that trained flavor difference has hit in such a way that my brain now says there is two separate drinks that exist from the same family. It's like having siblings, right? You could have a sibling that it's like, yo, I kind of like that guy, but his brother's a bit of a dick. But genuinely, it's just that you spend more time with one than the other. Wait, does that mean you have type 2 diabetes? I thought it was only fat people that got that kind. It's not a fat thing, actually. From what I understand about type 2 diabetes, there is a realm that your genetics play into how likely you are to develop that type of diabetes based on many, many factors. Being overweight increases your likelihood to get that. Some people that I know have type 2 diabetes, their parents had it. They themselves are incredibly fit and active, but they also have it because growing up, even though they were highly active, they played a lot of sports, they were They were fit. They were like on the football team, but they developed type 2 diabetes because the foods they ate were high in sugar content over a long enough period of time that they did develop type 2 diabetes. I used to not be able to drink Pepsi Max. Now it's all I'll buy to have in my flat, and when I'm out, I'll have normal Pepsi. I am one of the few people, and I get a lot of shit for this, that a lot of people say, like, the battle is between Coke and Pepsi, and there's like, are you a Coke guy, are you a Pepsi guy? First of all, Coke is a little bit snappier, and I think Pepsi is a little bit smoother. They're not the same drink. They have two different avenues, and it's a matter of which avenue do you want to walk down. What I'll say is I think regular Coke is better than regular Pepsi, but when you start getting into the flavors like the vanillas, a vanilla Pepsi is infinitely better than vanilla Coke ever was. And then, oh my god, they have those new nitro ones. The vanilla Pepsi nitro beverage, I don't know what to call it other than the nitro beverage, is stupid fucking good. I've got these nice tall glasses. They're like a little bit more than a pint is what they hold. And I crack that open and I just turn the can upside down and let it just gush out into that. It is so fucking good. I had to just stop buying them because I would get a 4-pack, and I swear to God, in order for me to buy them, I have to buy them in 4-packs, and I can't sit there and just drink one a day. So I was like, God damn it, I'm buying these every other fucking day. Oh, they're so good. Where were we at here? I hope Richie didn't leave before he could answer that. Rich, I have type 1 actually. Got it when I was 9. So I'd imagine that probably is a genetic thing, Richard. Do you have other people in your family that share that trait? Coke is better than Pepsi. Diet Coke is less than Pepsi Max. And I don't F with any of the flavors. You know, again, that's fair enough. It's all down to your avenue there. My problem with the nitro Pepsi, vanilla Pepsi, is if you've ever had a Pepsi float, you take a scoop of ice cream, you put it at the bottom of your jar, and you put your Pepsi over top of it. If you've ever had a Pepsi float, you know that what you're left with at the end has that creamy texture throughout it, and it's so much smoother than regular Pepsi even. And the nitro vanilla Pepsi tastes exactly 100% like you're having a cheap Pepsi float. And I say cheap because you don't get as much of the creamy vanilla flavor going on, but you get a lot of that drinking experience. And what I found, by the way, this is for all of those you guys out there that drink some mixed beverages. My opinion, one of the best mixed drinks you can get, put some ice in your glass and pour a shot of amaretto into your pint glass, whatever you're doing. Get the Pepsi Vanilla Nitro and pour that over that shot of amaretto, and your resulting drink is amazing. Personally, my favorite thing to go with. Now, ordinarily, if I'm going to drink, I'll just drink some amaretto over ice, and I'll sip that well into the night. But if I'm doing a mixed drink, that is amazing. My grandfather on my dad's side of the family had diabetes, and I'm pretty sure it's type 1. Yeah, and again, a lot of that stuff doesn't have to be passed... Oops, sorry about that. Kicking my mic stand. A lot of that stuff doesn't necessarily get passed exactly generation to generation. A lot of those things can skip around, but quite often it's not uncommon, if you're going to have type 1 diabetes, to have someone else in your family that has it as well. Alright, so let's take a look at what other missions we have here. I jumped at the first one that just said, yes, do that one. Destroy the Planetary Closure Administration Special Forces craft. I'm sorry, the what? The cataphract. Eliminate the PCA enforcement squads. God, who is the PCA? Oh shit, these are the guys that were working, that have occupied the wall. This is going to be interesting because I think these are the people who, some of the guys I didn't hate and some of the ones I did. So this will be an interesting one based on what the choice is. And this one, I don't know who that one's going to be about, but I'm going to take this one and see where this one goes.
621. We've also got a corporate job.
Oh, God.
Check the briefing.
Attention, Gun 13 Raven. This military operation is approved by Balaam HQ. Liberation Front took action regarding the Archivist-controlled wall. Ultimately, both parties were suppressed by the Planetary Closure Administration. Their loss is our gain. There won't be a better opportunity for Balaam to steal the show. We want you to head to the combat zone and eliminate the enforcement squads deployed by the PCA. Be aware that their forces include a new type of craft, the HC. That's why we've chosen you.
Coming for the big guns. I appreciate it.
You, Gun 13. Happy hunting.
Wait. He's Gun 6. If he's calling me gun, does that mean these guys actually are just like full on? We see you as one of ours? Because that's kind of heart touching, you know.
Their failure to climb the wall. That's fine. We'll make it work for us.
Yeah, we'll see where this goes. There's some interesting avenues here. I'm not necessarily in the back pocket of Balaam, but I have yet to think of anything immediately that is a hard pass on them either. We sell Nitro Pepsi at the convenience store I work at. We sell a lot of...
Activating combat mode.
Hold on. We sell a lot of random drinks, including Prime. I have yet to try Prime. Oh my god. Speaking of... I think Prime is one of those content creator beverages. I finally got to try the gas station up near me is selling the Mr. Beast chocolate bars, and I have opinions about them because I have heard so much hype and buildup over them, and I've got to say, I don't think I'll be buying anymore. Here's... I have nothing against Mr. Beast. In fact, I'm a big supporter of his conceptually. The man makes crazy amounts of money and he spends it like water, which is not a bad thing when you're wealthy, because one of the worst things you can do to hurt the economy is to hoard your cash beyond a certain limit. Again, having a small savings is one thing, but someone holding on to millions and millions and never spending it actually causes more detriment to a lot of the economy at large. So the idea that the man is just like, fuck it, I need a video idea, let me go spend $2 million just to say, fuck it, I spent $2 million. Honestly, not a bad thing. And then, of course, all of the humanitarian projects he does. I've got to say, big Mr. Beast fan in a lot of what he does and what he goes on about. However, I tried his Mr. Beast chocolate bars. I tried the oh god, what's the peanut butter one? It's a meme. Oh shit, it's D's Nuts. I've tried his D's Nuts candy bar or chocolate bar, which is chocolate and peanut butter, and that is the one that I've heard people talk about favorably the most. No joke, maybe I got a bad batch. It's possible I got a bad bar. I'll put that on the table. I was beyond disappointed by the D's Nuts bar. First of all, the name, Peak Awesome. Someone putting that kind of name on your chocolate bar, already a win. But you've got to have a good product. And the chocolate, I didn't mind. It didn't have a lot of snap. It was kind of... it felt like chocolate that wasn't properly tempered, if that makes sense. It didn't bend, and it wasn't flaccid, floppy, little dick energy chocolate, but it wasn't snappy, delicious, high-end either. It seemed like it fell short in a lot of ways, and then the layer of peanut butter in the middle was the most un-peanut buttery peanut butter I have ever tasted. It was more like a texture thing than a flavor thing. There was no taste of peanut, there was no added sweetness. It just made the weak, flaccid, limp chocolate taste even more weak, flaccid, and limp. Then, I tried so one of my favorite, I'm going to call it a candy bar because I don't think it's proper to call it a chocolate bar, but one of my favorite candy bars growing up was the Nestle Crunch Bar. I was that guy that liked the Nestle Crunch Bar. When Halloween would roll around and the people are just like, oh god, it's just a hunch of chocolate. I would be that kid that was just like, hey, so I've got these Reese's peanut butter cups. I'll trade you one Reese's peanut butter cup for 3 bite-size Nestle Crunch. Because ain't nobody else liked those Nestle Crunch bars, and they were just like, yo, I get peanut butter. And so I made it work for me. I got the better end of that deal as far as I was concerned. But I was that guy that liked those. Again, the problem with the Mr. Beast bar was that the chocolate didn't have the adequate snap to make the crunch part of the crunch bar, the like puffed rice or whatever he uses in it, to have that come through and be predominant. Mr. Beast, what is with your chocolate? Anyways, that is a whole thing down. It's a different avenue. You were talking about the prime drink, and I just completely got distracted. We also used to sell Bang. I tried Bang, and I'll be honest, if I get it for stupid cheap, fine, whatever. But otherwise, Bang Energy tastes to me like drinking a chemical vat of poison. It was not flavorable. We stopped because of the massive amount of Monster flavors we sell. Again, Monster tastes like battery acid, but weird in a weird way that it's kind of like, I know this is killing me, but I want more of it anyways. It tastes like cooking chocolate. Maybe, but even the cooking chocolate that I get, if I'm gonna do baking chocolate, I go for the higher end stuff, and I usually take a darker chocolate. But even then, like, I like eating baking chocolate more than I liked eating the Mr. Beast bar. You might be onto something with the flavor, but again, proper baking chocolate is very well tempered. It's got that nice snap. If you take a baking chocolate bar out of the packaging and you hold it in front of you and you bend it, it is going to snap. It is going to break. It is very brittle. This Mr. Beast bar, I didn't do this at the time because I was eating a candy bar while driving on my way to work. I had to go to Detroit recently. This is recently, air quotes, it was a little while ago. But it felt like if I took that bar and held it in front of me and bent it, it would have made like a 30-degree bend before finally succumbing to the stress snap. I feel that way about the Mr. Beast burger, way too overhyped. Again, like, I have nothing against Mr. Beast the person. My thing is, I don't like that so many other content creators ride the Mr. Beast dick the way that they do, because I appreciate genuine honesty about something than I do the fake corporatism feel of things. Like the Mr. Beast bar would be absolutely serviceable if people were more honest about it, but it's just like you've built it up to be like, oh man, this is the best chocolate I've ever. Oh my god, this thing's so fucking. Why is nobody making a chocolate like you guys are making chocolate? Mr. Beast, let me suck your dick harder. And I'm just like, look, I love Mr. Beast as a guy, as a person. Mr. Beast, your chocolate was kind of weak. I'm sorry. But for everyone buying it, I'm not going to say don't buy it, because you buying it supports him being the kind of guy that's doing some good work with his money. So, like, fuck it. If you treat it similarly to you're buying a candy bar and you're supporting someone who's going to do something with their profits, hey, that's the way to go about it. But let me be honest with you about it, okay? Like, you're supporting Mr. Beast and you're getting something for it. You're getting a product that you can eat. That's good enough by my book. It's kind of like when I support charities. I might, like, every so often jump online and be like, yeah, $10 towards this charity, $5 towards that charity. But the second somebody's like, oh, hey, but you can get this kind of somewhat nicely designed snapback that's honestly just a cheap snapback that you could have gotten, you know, at a Chinese whatever thing. But then we went and we got a funny, a fitting, funny, whatever print that we put on the front of it. And it's like, hey, but now it's a $45 hat. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's actually more like a $5 hat with a $10 little embroidery going on. But you know what? I ain't getting this anywhere else, and I'm supporting charity. You know what? Fuck it. Here's $40 for the hat. You know, it's that avenue of making people feel like they're getting something in the immediate and making them feel like they're giving something in the long term is a great way to get more out of people for your charitable donations in that avenue for a charity. It's not so much the, you know, whatever for big money businesses, but it's a whole thing there. There was a Diets and Watson's nut I saw at the store recently called Diets Nuts. All right. And I was like, yeah, that name is intentional. It absolutely is, and I respect people who are making those plays.
Eliminate all PCA forces occupying the wall.
Code 1-5, solo AC. An independent merc. Terminate.
They're heavily armed. Be careful, Ray.
I got the number 621. It'd be reckless to rush in.
Oh, okay, got him. Alright. Definitely need to take some cover here. Get a little bit more boost.
Code 31A, sustaining damage.
Requesting backup. Code 7-8.
Alright, there we go. Pop a heal real fast.
There. I've made sure they can't call home for help. The rest is up to you.
Alright, let's ride.
Code 5, target for termination sighted.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
They're equipped for heavy fire.
Oh, man, I walked right into that. Alright, there's another one in the area, but I gotta break away first. There he is. There we go.
This area's all clear. Keep moving, 621.
That was kind of rough, but, you know, it wasn't too bad. I'm going to hold off on the heal a little bit and see what we can happen inside here. But yeah, let me know. Does anybody else find it that way, that when you're doing charity donations, I assume everyone here is willing to do so when they have the means. Does it seem that way, that like you're usually more willing to give more when you have that immediate, like, again, it doesn't have to be anything major, just a little something like I was at the Renaissance Festival recently, and there was a falconry show. And the falconry show was very fun, very enjoyable. First of all, I love falconry already. It's something my brother and I are both looking at trying to figure out how we can get into locally, and that's very hard because there's not a lot local for it. But they were also partnered with a wildlife preservation group, and they were, obviously taking donations for the wildlife preservation group that they were partnered with. And it was just like, they gave us the spiel. It's this much to feed the birds per day. We have this many birds. You can do the math. You can tell how much it sucks that we have to spend so much money to care for these birds that our preservation group is constantly trying to help with. They bring in birds. They re-release birds. It's a whole thing. They had a whole spiel. They do a lot better selling the idea than I do. And it's like, oh yeah, I could put a couple dollars into that. And then they come out with this thing. It's like, by the way, our little mascot owl character that we had up on the stage during the show today that everybody loved. We have enamel pins available. And it's like, oh hey, a small enamel pin. It's just a quick little printing that they put a coating on. And I'm like, that thing probably costs like $5-10 to make. And they're just like, and it is $25. And I was like, God damn it, all I have are full bills. So I go up there and I'm like, here's $30. I take the enamel pin. I didn't feel like I missed out on anything. First of all, I also like enamel pins. I do collect them. I just kind of keep, if they're not ones that I put in my hats, they're ones I put in a drawer. But, it was a thing where it's like, here I was saying, yeah, I'll give $5 to $30. Why? Because I am easy to please. I'm wearing a shirt that I just got in the mail. It has SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, Mr. Krabs all lined up with shocked expressions on their face. I love buying shirts like that. A lot of the character shirts I buy, I really like the ones that portray like your shocked expression thing, that have a characterization to them, that it's not just generic. How would I say this? I would not be that guy who would buy a Dragon Ball Z shirt just because it had Vegeta standing there off to the side on the shirt. However, if I have Vegeta, like a Majin Vegeta with the evil grin, and he's like, kind of doing like a hand, a little bit of character in the portrayal, and I'm like, I'm there, I'm in, let's do this. So again, a lot of that shocked expression, that give me a little bit of characterization to it, and I'm more on board. Boy, you thought you were going to get me with that sword.
Where's our patrol?
That guy's voice sounded the most Ben Stein I've ever heard.
Forces. We need time to activate the HC.
Alright, I'm in a rough spot here. My sword is working as well as theirs is. A part of my problem was I guess ran right into the door frame with it. And then I was locked in place and they were able to spank my ass something fierce.
Code 5, solo AC. Code 2-3, attending C.
Cover the warrant officer's HC.
Whoo, boy! You are no joke.
Independent murder.
Yeah, you're no joke. There we go.
HC. Stay sharp, 621.
No, it's okay, it's okay. I've got this.
At 50%. AP at 50%.
Okay, yeah, you know what? It's not a joke. It's not all jokes.
Right shoulder ammunition at fit AP at 30%.
Oh, damn it. I thought I had my expansion ready. It is not ready. It is so not ready. Oh, boy. There we go. Much better timing. Okay, can I use my... I thought I had a repair. I thought I only used 2. What happened to all 3 of them? Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. I used 1...
Main system activating combat.
Oh, I did use 1 early on. Shit. Yep.
Commence mission.
I thought I had 1 that I didn't.
Eliminate all PCA forces occupying the wall.
Alright, so I'm going to do this one a little bit more of a distance so that I can dodge those shots better and keep...
They've got the numbers.
There we go. Use the... Go. Wow, my boost just fucked up. Like, I had a lot there. They just didn't actually go anywhere.
Code 31A, sustaining damage.
There we go.
Requesting backup. Code 7-8.
They're piggybacking on SG's belliest link. Not the most secure of lines. There. I've made sure they can't call home.
Alright, there we go. Dealt with them, took no damage. And if I did, it was very minimal. Alright, let's see here. I actually recently got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hoodie. Literally just got it because I own the complete series. And I like hoodies. Nothing wrong with that. Out of curiosity, is it like the traditional full body hoodie with the like zip tie at the top, or is it one of the newer ones that honestly I like a lot more? The I don't even know if newer is the right word, but the zip up hoodies. I like a lot of the zip up hoodies these days.
Code 5. Target for termination sighted. Engage.
Oh, that was terrible. Alright, as terrible as it was, though, it certainly did the job. Boy, you just don't want to get that last leg of stagger. Alright, there we go, and now I've only used one.
Keep moving, 621. We're getting readings from inside the wall.
And I think I can do a much better job
Kids remaining.
on the first wave in here. Hold on, gotta get my stamina. It's not stamina, it's my energy. Gotta get my energy back. I've been playing a lot of Rune Factory 3 still, and so my brain is in the mindset of, oh, hold on, my character stamina, I need to go eat something to get it back.
We're entering the structure.
Code 1-5. Target has reached the facility.
Alright, where are you guys? Wow, you guys are like zipping all over.
External comms have been compromised. Respond with available forces. We need time to activate the HC.
Right hand ammunition at 50%.
Don't tell me what my ammunition is at. It's plenty good. The ammunition is currently at not firing, and that's a problem, though. Alright, we're doing a lot better this run. Let's see if I can maintain that with this guy. Because, yeah, their new unit, that's no joke.
5. Solo AC.
Code 2-3. Attending C.
Cover the warrant officer's HC.
That AC must be our independent merc. Moving to terminate.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts so much.
Administration HC
That's the new HC. Stay sharp, 621.
1 repair kit remaining.
That comms interference must have been your work too, interloper. Of course, it works. You're all the same. Violate the law and you'll pay the price.
Yep.
AP at 30%. AP at 50%. Left shoulder.
He is too good at keeping my my energy at non-existent. So I'm gonna back out and I'm gonna change my unit. He is way too fucking good at keeping my energy at so low I can't let it build back up. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna change out my AC because that one is just not gonna do the job. Which means if Dem is still rocking around in the chat, he's about to have his showcase unit. Because obviously, when the OG doesn't work, we go with the that shall not be named. Alright, let's rock with this and see how this one goes a little bit here. I think it was that mission, which we will have choices on. Let's see what that is when we get in there.
Seems Balaam can't let go of their failure to climb the wall. That's fine.
Which version of the Ninja Turtles? That was refreshing to see you finally die, considering all the times you soft reset before death. Yeah, the thing is when I can see it coming, I'll probably just take the reset. And the other thing is when you're doing a boss run. Hold on, let me there we go. The boss runs are such a nail biting setup that if I can't say that for everyone. If I take too much of an ass beating right out of the gate, I immediately am just like, this entire run is a wash. Start from square one again. And so a lot of it is about getting that initial shot going. It's not a zip up one though. I did get one of those too. It was a light blue. I actually didn't realize it had a hood at the time though. I actually have a couple of those zip up jackets. Most of them come with hoodies, but some of them that don't really allow for a little bit more stylizing of the collar, which sometimes is fun. Sometimes it's also reminiscent of a long bygone era.
Code 1-5, Solo AC. An independent merc, moving to terminate.
SG, and are heavily armed. Careful.
They've got the number 621. It'd be reckless to rush in.
Oh, I shouldn't have fired both there. That was useless.
Requesting backup. Code 7-8.
They're piggybacking on SG's belliest link. The most secure of lines.
There we go.
I've made sure they can't call home for help. The rest is up to you.
Code 5, target for termination sighted. Engage.
They're equipped for heavy fire.
God, the firepower on this build is just absurd. Oh, they staggered me. Alright, there we go. We pop one of those.
This area's all clear. Keep moving.
My air mobility, though, is non-existent.
2 repair kits remaining.
There we go. I'm also not overly used to the slow mobility of the tank build.
They're entering the structure. An UHC can't be far.
Code 1-5. Target has reached the facility.
Alright guys, come on through.
Where's our patrol? All units. External comms have been compromised. Respond with available forces. We need time to activate the HC.
Alright, wasn't great, wasn't terrible. We still got 2 repairs to go off of. Let's give this a go.
Code 5. Solo AC.
Really?
Engaging.
Got fucked over just like that?
Code 2-3. Attending C.
Cover the warrant officer's HC.
That AC must be our independent merc. Moving to terminate.
Alright, here we go. Now I can focus purely on this guy.
That's the HC. Stay sharp, 621.
Yeah, I'm just tanking the shots. I can't dodge anything.
Merc, you're on the stage. Violate the law and pay the price.
Repair!
You made a big mistake, merc.
He's weak at 621. Go for the junky there.
AP
he's not the only one weakened. Oh, we took each other out. Alright. It can be done, but man, God, I don't like non-mobility units. I'm just so fucking slow.
Commence mission. Eliminate all PCA forces occupying the wall.
Code 1-5. Solo AC. An independent merc. Terminate.
SG, and are heavily armed. Be careful.
I got the number 621. Enemy reckless to rush in.
Code 31A. Sustaining damage.
Requesting backup.
There we go.
Code 7-8.
They're piggybacking on SG's Bellius link.
Code 5. Target for termination site. Engage.
They're equipped for heavy fire.
There we go.
This area's all clear. Keep moving, 621. We're getting readings from inside the wall.
The alternative is I know that that guy's got a shield that's a problem in there. The next thing I'm going to try if this one doesn't work is going back to my first build with the mobility that I like, but swap out the Gatling gun for a shotgun. The shotgun has a lot more break potential and might tear through that shield a little bit easier.
We're entering the structure.
Code 1-5. Target has reached the facility.
Where's our patrol? All units. External comms have been compromised. Respond with available forces.
Alright, there we
Time
go.
to activate the HC.
And now I have all 3 repair units, although I am hurting on my ammo count. Maybe that trade-off will be better for me. I like hoodies. Something about them can make even the softest of individuals look pretty badass. Another thing that will do that, if you're ever looking into this, Rigid, as a man who has spent a substantial amount of time as a large man myself, is leather. It doesn't have to be real leather. Fake leather will do just fine. But like a dark brown leather can put a lot of character on the wider doughy individuals, and they really help frame out some of that softer look, because leather is usually a little bit stiffer material. It can look really good on larger guys. I actually own a hooded jacket. It's purple with the Sableyes face on the hood. Ooh, and it even has the ears. That's kind of fun. You see, again, clothing with character says a lot, and I can respect that. All right, gonna dash back in, but this time rise up.
Solo AC. Code 2-3. Attending C.
Cover the warrant officer's AC.
That AC must be our independent merc. Moving to terminate.
Planetary Closure Administration
That's the new HC. Stay sharp, 621.
Yeah. I know. The other guy's still around. There he is.
That comms interference must have been your work too, interloper.
Ah, shit, those missed.
Violate the law and you pay the price.
Let's take the other repair over here.
You bleed on 10 minutes.
Nope. I've got to break your stamina here. Get that stagger. Yes! Alright, that took him out. Wasn't pretty. It wasn't clean. In fact, visually it was pretty god-awful. But he made a big boom, and I like that.
Nothing left in the vicinity. Looks like you cleaned up.
Oh, and he was the last wave. Alright.
To base 621.
Fair enough. Wait. Wait. I don't... Was my choice which mission to take? Is that what they did? Okay. If I get the avenue on that,
One new message.
we'll see here.
Gun 13 Raven. That was a beautiful massacre at the wall. You're a survivor, no doubt. Let me give you some advice. Don't settle for being an independent. Join the Red Guns. Have a career. Climb the ranks. Keep that unlucky number. And eventually the curse will get you too. That's all. Don't forget what I said about putting you to work.
Oh, hold up, hold up. I just got a job offer. But in the world we're in, the job offer I just got was be a corporate shill. I ain't about to be doing that. All right, let me swap back over to the original. Yeah, there we go. So I wonder if that's what they're talking about on the choice layout. Oh shit, no, it was the other. It absolutely was. Take a choice on which mission you do. You only get one. Okay. And this is going to be a boss run. I'm guessing, and I'm feeling that. Going off of that feeling, there's going to be a lot of playing with what AC unit I'm rocking at the moment.
This is a personal request from a friend. We still don't have enough data to pin down where the coral is gathering in the ice field.
We don't know where it's gathering, even though we just blew a chunk of it up.
Here. Xylem, a city floating on the ocean, built by the Rubicon Research Institute.
God, that is some dystopian nightmare looking shit.
Place has been abandoned. It's likely hiding secrets about the coral, kept shrouded by the city's ECM fog. My friends already tried sending in a survey drone, only to lose it in the interference. That's where you come in. I want you to disable the ECM fog generators so that we can resume the survey. Right now, the corporations are preoccupied with the PCA. We can be the first ones to identify where the coral is converging.
Alright, so I'm going to rock with what we have right now. There's a lot of change-up that could be made here. Weapon loadout, missile types, things to deal with shields. There's a lot that can change in this if it is a boss run. But obviously, I won't know what's needed until I get in there.
With comm till it's disabled. Follow the beacons left with the survey drone.
Also, I didn't mention this earlier, but I have talked about Reso Basso, who is another content creator, before, and we actually were talking a little bit recently.
Main system activating combat mode.
Hold up. And he invited me to do a little bit of a collaborative, although I think that's more of a technical term at play here, but join in on some video game realm. I believe he was wanting to discuss more about RPGs, which, as I've mentioned before, are my genre of choice games. He wanted to do a little, or was open to, I think is the more correct way to say that, doing a little collaborative discussion. I don't know to what avenue. I've only just briefly spoken with him about it, but I'll be honest, I was rather flattered to receive the invite. So I think at some point in the future you might see me on a stream telling you guys to go check out some collaboration I might do with with Rezo Bazo, which, by the way, I think I have left his information in descriptions of past videos. I might come behind this one and do the same. Check him out. He does a lot of RPG content, but he also has a podcast in which he does a lot of discussions within the gaming sphere, I'd say as a whole, but again, more so he does have the avenues he more strongly pulls towards. But I've mentioned it before, and I think Rigid has even brought it up before, that in my opinion, and I'm going to say it in my opinion, just that Rigid has touched on this topically before, but my opinion is you get more real discussion, you get more human approach to a lot of the topics at play when you're talking about things that people are passionate about, when you're approaching it from a community standards, people who are active within it, people who really partake in the things that they're going to talk about, not just exclusively the people who look at raw numbers and data points, which is valuable in its own sense. But I think a lot of the mainstream topical discussion videos that a lot of people do these days leave too much of that on the cutting room floor. So, might be a fun thing, and I'll see where it goes. The dystopian-looking city looks like downtown Indiana. It looks like a lot like downtown Detroit, too, but nobody really talks about how badly polluted it is because we're so used to it. Yeah, Detroit's pretty bad, too. Go figure, the Motor City with all of their industrializing. Left behind a lot of fuckery. I live more on the outskirts, but you get the point. I'm in the same boat. Where I live is more, a little bit further than the outskirts in some ways, but also kind of within some realm of city limits in other ways. But yeah, it's very similar in that feel.
The ECM won't interfere with our contact, but it is affecting your lock-on range. Keep an eye on your surroundings.
Alright, I think that's one of the beacons that they talked about.
This must be a beacon left by the survey drone. I'll use markers to track them. You can use them if you lose your way.
Oh, alright. So from here, it's probably going to be best to get into a spot that I can manually survey. Oh, no. There we go. Alright, do we see any flashing, blipping red? Nothing too much out that way. Let's dance a little further this way. Scanner's not picking anything up. This is a really cool level design because this almost makes what has been so far a high action game almost feel more in the suspense thriller, and I kind of like the level layout. It's forcing me to take it slow, but unlike that stealth mission, I'm worried about other things stealth hitting me. I don't have to worry about being the stealth guy. And that plays out a lot more to me personally. And definitely got to keep that scanner going. Alright, we see some things floating off in the distance. I can only imagine those are not friendlies.
Unknown intruder detected. Normalization process.
Those seem to be city defense intelligence.
Ooh, boy! Whoop, that was a mistake. I forgot I wasn't in my tank unit anymore. I thought I was wielding dual miniguns, and so I hit R and L at the same time, and the sword is what took instead of the minigun. Again, the fact that I have to take this so slow, or at least my brain says to do so, kind of makes me wish I came in with the...
See if you can access it.
Makes me wish I came in with the big machine anyways.
Confirmed. The control device is offline. Let's keep looking, Raven.
I don't trust that it's going to remain this quiet.
Intrusion attempt persisting. Normalization process A.
Can't find any data on these.
Yo, that's kind of cool. What the hell is that thing?
Experience.
Alright, it's very mobile. It's like absurdly mobile. There we go.
Two repair kits remaining.
That was definitely a new thing to face. Ooh, little goodie box. Thank you. What did I get? I missed where it might have told me what I got. There we go. It is possible to deal with those things with a lot more efficiency.
Fog control device located.
Bait them out to do their dash and then hit them with the rockets.
Confirmed. Control device is silent. Let's find the next one.
God, I do absolutely love the layout feel that they're going for on this one. Alright, that was the last thing that we saw, but they got one more up here.
Intrusion detected.
Woo! Nope! How about fuck you? Oh, shoot. Oh, wait, got him. Whew, where'd it go? There you are. Alright, dealt with. Picking up nothing else. Alright. You know it would be really, really stupid fucking cool? Hear me out. Like, we have this this barrier here, like I can't progress. Let me see something way off in the distance that is just like kaiju levels of terrifying. Yo, hold up. Are these things like frog built? That looked like some sort of frog takeoff. All right, get back to our red marker. All right, there's the next one. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about.
What? Able to extract its data.
This gives me that like, oh man, what fucked with you? What took you out? Observation data. Xylem remains fully operational. The Planetary Closure Administration did their best to hide the place, but I'll find a way there soon enough. The only ones who know are the PCA, and that "and" is someone that is betraying us.
Hostile readings.
Normalization process B2. Deploying antigens.
Fight back, Raven.
Oh, we picked up something, but where? I heard the ping. There we go. Alright, that one's dealt with. I think there was a second one. Alright, there we go. But that didn't end it, so there's more out there. You know what? Let's see about you guys coming up to me. If I willingly put myself out there, but make it hard for you to get the drop on me. There we go.
Now we know what happened to the drone. Fortunately, the data we found helps to identify where the last ECM device is. I've set a marker for it. Let's check it out.
Oh, we actually came from that way, though. Interesting.
You know, it's been a long time since we've been on a mission together without Walter. The control device isn't going anywhere. Take your time.
Right-hand ammunition at 50%.
Alright. That was kind of rough,
Repair kit remaining.
but I want to know what this is about. How many more of these are scattered throughout the level? Symbiosis. Oh, wait, hold on. What is this about? Appears to be from the writings of Thum Dulmayan, father of the... Okay, so this is something that this guy himself wrote about, but is not anything he himself physically wrote. Symbiosis. She seemed to be contemplating the meaning of the word. This moment of happiness we share comes at the cost of her siblings. Sacrifices all. Is that symbiosis? Surely not. So we all bleed together, and that's where we achieve our symbiosis. Is that what they're getting at? Is that the hinting we're going for? You mentioned kaijus. Remind me that Disgaea 7 has this new feature where units can turn into kaijus once their rage meters fills up. Enemies can do it as well, and it allows for some crazy stuff. That's interesting. I didn't know about that in Disgaea 7. What I'm worried about, and actually I'm going to be right back. I've got to go take a restroom break, but I have something I want to chat with you about the Disgaea franchise and get your thoughts on it, since you've done the demo for 7. Alright, one moment while I center myself back in here. It's called Jumbofication. They gave me a taste of it at the end of the demo. Alright, so going off of Jumbofication, conceptually, does it give you the sense or the feeling that, like, any of your characters could do it? Like, even your generic units? Or is this something exclusive to the named characters? That's, I suppose, my first question on that feature itself. Oh, I heard something. I'm definitely hearing something kind of like off to the right here, so Although my radar didn't pick anything up, so I'll call that good enough.
Raven, that's the last of the...
But yeah, after we discuss that, I don't trust this.
We'll have Walter back after this.
6-2, do you read me?
Loosely, Walter.
You've got PCA incoming. Pull out before they make this complicated.
Oh shoot! The blades.
This will complicating things. So much for subtlety. You'll have to fight your way out now. Take them down, 6-2. I'll clean up the mess.
Light and ammunition at 30%.
All right, this is definitely the way this fight was not supposed to be fought.
Left shoulder ammunition at 50%.
I'm sorry. I don't really have to kill that thing.
AP at 50%.
There. Silence defenses now recognize you as an ally. That should help keep the PCA busy.
Light shoulder ammunition at 50%.
All right, what does that do for things? We've got a lot going on. Oh, are these guys not enemies now? Is that the thing? Yeah, some of these are friendlies. Awesome. And I'll be honest, I kind of wish I came in with the big tank.
Finish it, 6-2-1.
Light and ammunition depleted.
Yep, no ammo left. Ah, that sucked. Missed those massively.
Left shoulder ammunition at 30%.
Oh, and you can just fly out of the arena so I can't even hit you with my melee?
Ammunition at 30%.
Bro, don't play like you and I both don't know how cheap that is.
AP at 30%.
Yeah, I am out of ammo, so I've got to back out and come in with something with a lot more firepower in the long run. So we're gonna swap back over to our other standard build. All right, and we got some updates here from Rigid Rat, so we're gonna see what's so. I've mentioned before, I love Disgaea 3. Disgaea 4 I played. I actually think I own it. I never beat it. I loved Disgaea 5. Disgaea 5 for me is like the most quintessential, complete, nicely wrapped package version of Disgaea, and is the one that I highly recommend people start with if they want to get into Disgaea. 6 for me was hot freaking garbage, and I hated it, honestly. I played through it, I beat it. Once I beat enough of the mainline story, I literally just said, I don't even want to fucking play this anymore. And then I played more of Disgaea 5. So, that was my thought there. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's catch up on the updates. Generic units can do it. Only one character can do it at the time. The rage meter doesn't take that long to fill up. I've done it with a Lady Warrior at the end of the demo. It allows you to either attack another jumbo unit on the enemy side or hit a large area of the same map for massive damage. That's interesting. So it sounds like for giant, larger units, there's not a lot of viable ways to hit them without also jumbofying yourself, which means you're going to need to, for the purpose of strategizing, obviously you can take the quick and the slow, dirty, and sometimes very fun method of grinding yourself to be overpowered and just walk through the units. But if you're looking for a strategy path, it actually sounds like you might... Wow. Oh, jeez. That was a wheeze. It's like something just fell into my lungs. Whew, I apologize for that. But it sounds like you might have to, if you're going to do that strategy approach, maybe leaving yourself enough means to build up your rage meter at the time that you most want to optimally use it. It also gives you an extra evality called a jumbility. Not overly surprised by that. Something that the demo adds that is much appreciated to the ability is to switch between a performance mode and a graphics mode. The game runs a lot better than 6 in general, which is a plus. Also, no bloated levels like Disgaea 6, another big plus, but again, that's not off of the game as a total package when they deliver it. That's off of a demo, so something that is beneficial to see not present in a demo, but isn't indicative of the game at large upon release. The other thing that I just didn't like in Disgaea 6 is I don't think there was... No, I can't say that there was none. There were very few characters. Let me look this up, because I think I'm getting some of my Disgaea games confused here. I want to look this up before I say something incredibly stupid. Right, the characters here. So what I was saying is I didn't necessarily strongly like any of the Disgaea 6 characters, and even the ones that I kind of felt had some fun potential just didn't deliver with any punchiness that I liked. I'll be honest, I was not a big fan of the brother-sister characters, the zombies. Something about that just really didn't work for me, and which is weird because I usually love the sibling dynamic. I don't remember anything about a couple of these characters that I'm looking at, which tells you that, again, for me personally, they were very forgettable. We have the essentially Power Ranger Red character, which was one of the few that I really liked. The character that was a diva idol character was gimmicky and played well and enjoyable for a short while, but didn't go anywhere and became stale fairly quickly. The one that, again, was iffy because... the other character that I remember liking and then slowly growing to not like was the Demon King character with the demon horns and all that stuff, whatever his original story role was. I liked him at first. I liked some of the jokes, and then they just grew too stale. They didn't freshen it up with enough flavor going on, and so even the characters I'd enjoyed didn't maintain any staying power. Before I say something incredibly stupid, I didn't know I was the one streaming. No. Richard, what you don't understand is 90% of what I say is based on that I'm already stupid mentality. Here's the way I look at it, okay? I never want to be the one to assume outright that I am inherently the smartest guy in a room. And so it suits me infinitely better to always assume that I am in the bottom half of any group I'm in, and operate off of that mentality. So I am already saying, most of what I say is coming from the realm of stupidity already. So when I am saying to try and not say something incredibly stupid, it's basically me trying to not have a PewDiePie bridge moment. Not literally a one-to-one comparison, obviously, but that realm of brain say dumb, brain do the stupid.
Till it's disabled. Follow the beacons left with the survey drone.
Alright, we're going to load up this mission and see where it goes. There's a character in 7 that I kind of am already in love with. Her name is, I haven't heard it pronounced, so let me know how close I am. Ciafor. And she's known as the... Hold on. Pause. As the weapon otaku. Okay, hold up. We're getting somewhere. Basically, she gets extra excited around weapons and likes explosions. Look, hold on. Hold on. Let me see if for. Oh, hold on. Let me spell it correctly though. Oh god, I can't type for anything. Disgaea 7, not 6. Who is this character? Let me take a look. All right, you know I like the purple hair design. Can I get some images, please? For fuck's sake, that was like barely an eyeball and a hairline. Fucking Google, you're treating me like shit right now. That was like such a zoomed in character portrait, I didn't get to see anything about who it was. Alright. Okay, here we go. Alright, she's kind of got that character design that portrays that low energy feeling, that character trope, but also with the descriptor of the weapons otaku. I can imagine she will have her moments where she hypes up and builds the energy. I do like the continued old ancient Japanese styling with the knots on the dress and stuff. And she's got the what are those? The kunoichi, however you pronounce it, the ninja look to her. I don't dislike the character design, and you know what? Off the bat, again, you got weapons loving lady characters, and I'm a big fan because, as I have said before, there is few things that I like a lot more in a character design when doing video games than giving a chick a gun. It does something to the monkey brain that says, ooh, so good. Like C4, that's such, god damn it, I should have picked up on that. I'm disappointed in myself. Fucking idiot. Oh man, but yeah, I kinda like the idea of that. That is at least a character to look forward to. Alright, one thing to go forward is I know when the threats start coming around, but that's not to say that I know where they're all placed yet, so up until here, now we take things a little slower.
Unknown intruder detected. Normalization process key.
Alright, are they coming in yet?
They must have stood watch even after they were abandoned by their masters.
They are absolutely finally coming in. Whoa! There we go. Yeah, I know the object is there, but I also know there's a few more. I thought there were a few more. There's one. Wasn't there another? I thought there was another one hidden somewhere. Maybe I danced off too far and triggered one before.
Confirmed. The control device is offline. Let's keep looking, Raven.
Alright, this is where they kind of brought in the big speedy boy.
I can't find any data on this. I'm sorry, Raven. We'll have to rely on your experience.
Alright, that's very cost heavy on the ammo. But I don't know much better ways to deal with these mobility guys. Huh. Well, hold on. I might have something to go off of. I also need to get my item again, I think. Yeah, it doesn't count unless I succeed with it. I think there was another one down this way. Yep.
Second fog control device located.
Okay, but can I focus on you and do some damage, please?
Confirmed. Control device is silent. Let's find the next one.
Intrusion detected. Normalization processing.
Oh, the tank! The tank! Alright, you know what? I want this. Okay, you know what? Focus on everything except the one on the bridge that I'm trying to focus on. Love you, game. There we go. Oh. Where'd you go? No, you're still over there. There we go. My ammo is basically non-existent, but my shoulder cannons are heavy hitters. And hopefully I can rely on them a lot in the second wave.
2 repair kits remaining.
They're going to play a lot into how I deal with these more ninja characters. This way? Or is this where I came from? God, I don't remember if this is the way I came from or not.
Right, left-hand ammunition at 50%.
Is that the survey drone Walter mentioned? might be able to extract its data. Let's take a look.
Oddly enough, I am thinking the tank build is terrible here. But I might have some changes to do to our default one that might help out quite a lot.
Hostile readings.
Yeah, you know what? I am so hating the tank on that map. I can't even move without hitting anything. But I have some change-ups. Yeah, I know we can't carry our stuff on that alone, but it's a starting point game. Give me a break here. Now, I liked the default missile pods. They actually worked fairly well, so we'll go with that to get our weight down. And now we're rocking 2 Gatlings and the missile pods. The missiles are a great way to deal with those enemies that are giving me trouble there. However, 1 Gatling was clearly sufficient to work with the 2 missile pods to get me through the bulk of the level. And then I ran into problems at the end part with the big guy. I can do the Sweet 16 if I get close enough. That shotgun does such heavy punching power that might stagger him quite well. I won't be able to do much with that stagger beyond make it happen and get some breathing room. But it's not like that doesn't have value. The other thing is any of these big heavy cannons are also very nice. Grenade launcher only has 20 shots, and for that damage, as great as that is just not enough. 78's doable. But then that's 546. Like, that's a lot of firing. Impact 61 times 13, and then impact is a straight up 980. I think I'm going to do the Sweet 16. There we go. So we've got the minigun and the pods to get me through the bulk of the level. And then it's just guns out, fights out on the big guy at the end there. Next, with what we're playing at here. Let's see what we have to get a little bit more boosty potential. The upward thrust goes down a lot here. No, it doesn't go down that much at all. I'll take that. Alright, this one, I need a little bit more balance. I don't think I'm doing anything super long range, but I want to have the option for it. So I think we're going to switch over to that loadout. And we'll stick with that energy core. There we go. That is some change up to see what that brings us. The tank was doing hot garbage. It just didn't have the kind of field it needed for me to be able to use it. And the first one did great, but we were too limited on our weapons potential. So let's try this out.
The ECM fog is going to interfere.
And of course, if this loadout doesn't function all that well, I might have to do some grinding and see what new stuff might be in the shop. Because I haven't looked at that yet, and we actually made a new ranking in the arena, and I don't know if that came with any updates. Another thing that this gives me is this for dealing with that flying guy. Once I hit a good height, that might help me stabilize and stay in his face.
This must be a beacon left by...
Unknown intruder detected. Normalization process immediate.
Those seem to be still parasitary tones. They must have stood watch even after they were abandoned by their masters.
There we go.
I've located an ECM fog control device. See if you can access it.
Whoop. Alright, that dealt with that.
Confirmed. The control device is offline. Let's keep looking, Raven.
Intrusion attempt persisted. Normalization process A.
I can't find any data on these. I'm sorry, Raven. You'll have to rely on your experience.
Alright. Wasn't too bad. At least did the job fairly respectably. Gotta get me my fun item, whatever this is. Oh, okay, there it is on the right. It's something or other aorta. No idea what. God, that's just so much better for dealing with those guys. It's like not comparable. I'll miss the songbirds for dealing with the big heavy guy at the end, but,
Let's find the next one.
you know, a little bit of trade-off. It doesn't matter if I can't get there, you know?
Intrusion detected. Normalization process maintained.
Oh, okay, that was kind of rough. Alright, let's get some cover. There we go. Again, I'm not doing it like quite flawlessly, but I haven't had to use a heal yet, and I'm feeling a lot less threatened by the things coming up. In fact, arguably one of the big problems in how I'm tackling this right now is the fact that I feel less threatened. I'm not taking it the slow approach that I did the first time.
Is that the survey drone Walter mentioned? We might be able to extract its data. Let's take a look.
There we go. We know that.
Hostile radius.
Normalization process B2. Deploying antigens.
Like that, Raven.
There was another one down there. Where'd he go?
Right-hand ammunition at 50%.
There we go. Got him with the shotgun at the end.
To the drone.
Alright, all of that, and I've only had to use one healing
To
pack.
identify where the last ECM device is.
It's funny to see that Robot dominate the competition while it's spread eagle like that. It literally is going full, my body is ready, you may approach at your leisure. And then is absolutely at the same time being like, yeah, but fuck everything near me. Literally
Seconds remaining.
and metaphorically. And possibly even spiritually.
It's been a long time since we've been on a mission together without Walter.
Alright, let me grab
The
that
control
data.
device isn't going anywhere. Take your time, Raven.
Left shoulder ammunition at.
Alright, the other thing was, as soon as I trigger this, I think it was a smart play to make a mad dash for those other things.
Raven, that's the last of the control devices. We'll have Walter back after this.
Alright, I think there was one, like, off to the side here.
6-2. Do you read me? Do you read me? You've got PCA incoming. Pull
Oh, they're going to make it complicated. Can I get that? No? I'm just not allowed to yet? Really?
Yes, we're complicating things. So much for something. You'll have to fight your way out now.
Ooh, do not want.
I'll clean up the mess.
Right shoulder ammunition at 50%.
Boy, where were all of those redeemable things? Where are they? What did I do different? Was it me going and fucking him in the face?
Try accessing it if you need support.
There we go. I was just too far ahead of it and fucked myself because of that.
There. Silence defenses now recognize you as an ally. That should help keep the PCA busy.
I am like doing full body motions in my chair right now. This is something I don't normally do when I play a game. I am far more physically invested in this one than I am normally. Alright. Let's make sure that our field is somewhat clean up here of interference. Because it's not.
Left shoulder ammunition at 30%. Right shoulder ammunition and right hand ammunition at 30%.
Wearing it down. Finish at 621.
Okay, really gotta readjust. The camera is really starting to mess with my brain. Alright. Orientation back. Dizzy spell over. Where'd he go? Alright. Yeah, you're trying to get away from me.
Left shoulder ammunition.
Alright, I've got a thing here to try and trip him up in a second. First things first, I've really got to deal with this sniper guy.
1 repair kit remaining.
Right. Little low. Sniper, meet shotgun. Okay, well, shotgun, you were a little too far for it. Alright, just you and me now, big guy.
Right shoulder ammunition at 10%.
Alright. Gotta get nice and up in your junk. You thought we were going spread eagle before. We're about to spread eagle and then blow our load on him. Ah! He avoided! He dodged left!
Completed.
Alright. We're out of the machine gun ammo. Let's hang out here and reload for a minute. Dodge the rockets and just let it wait out, you know. We gotta get some juice, rehydrate, and we'll be back in for a round 2 before long. I also gotta get you out of that area where I'm not even allowed to be. Alright, my guy, you're kind of being a cheap prick. And I don't like a cheap date. Alright, rocking the miniguns. I'll eat a couple of that. You know what? Little foreplay for you. Not liking the rockets, though. I am the he who blows the load.
Press the advantage, 621. You've come a long way since your crash landing on Rubicon. Show them.
No repair kits remaining.
Alright.
Right shoulder ammunition depleted.
That's right. I will punch you when I am out of all other guns. Alright. The shotgun is still working. Time to show them why the shotgun is the bread and butter of home defense. Alright. Ian, what's wrong with you? Why are you punching the helicopter? Why would I not punch a helicopter? Alright, let me see here. I sent you a short 10-second video in DMs that had me cracking up last night. Also, you're starting to sound like me with the blatant innuendos. Rigid, have you not been paying attention? I love my innuendos. I mean, oh, that hurt. All of Mega Man Battle Network has been innuendos. Alright. Really, really hurting now. Yep. Those rockets that I took, that really fucked me. Also, where the hell did he even go? Yeah, there we go. So let's restart from the checkpoint and see what that gives me.
Raven, that's the last.
Oh, they gave me all of my repairs back? And all of my ammo?
We'll have Walter back after this.
Well, shit, now it's gone into easy mode.
6-2. Do you read me?
All of my repair kits, all of my ammo,
Incoming.
all of my health, all of my utility expansions.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
This we're complicating things. So much for subtlety. You'll have to fight your way out now. Take them down, 621. I'll clean up the mess.
There's another guy over here on one of these. There we go.
Raven, I've identified some Xylem defenses we can co-opt. Try accessing it if you need support.
Alright, let's get that support. There we go.
There. Xylem's defenses now recognize you as an ally. That should help keep the PCA busy.
You know what's going to be really piss poor about this boss fight? If I somehow manage to beat him, having the only big advantage gain is my ammo count. Like, if I only rock, like, maybe one heal or something, that's going to be a hilarious difference between this attempt and last attempt. Alright. Alright, big guy. With the loadout I'm rocking, I'm feeling pretty confident you're going to be a one pump chump, and we are going to be in for the sloppiest of quickies. Ah, missed. Did it already take out all of my support drones? Oh, okay, that hurt. Wow, and then I'm doing some sort of weird dash thing instead of my big dash. There we go. I will say he is very quick on the move.
Wearing it down. Finish at 621.
Light gas ammunition at 50%. Left shoulder ammunition at 50%. AP at 50%.
Alright, let's pop another heal. For some reason, I'm like not able to get close enough to put the hurt on him like I did last time. He's far more capable of just staying out of my range, and I don't know what changed with my approach.
Light hand ammunition at 30%. No repair kits remaining. Left shoulder.
Press the advantage, 621. You've come a long way since your crash landing on Rubicon. Show them.
Alright, where'd you go, buddy? There you are. Oh boy, we are cutting it close.
Left shoulder ammunition depleted. AP at 30%.
Gotta get a punch in there. He's been playing rough with me all night. Wow, that shotgun is... That's part of my problem, I think. That shotgun takes so long. I couldn't tell before because so much other stuff was going on. The shotgun takes so long to pull out and deploy from the dash. That it makes the... God, fall to the ground! Get your boost back, you asshole! Yeah, that's... Okay, so what I learned there that was completely different than what I thought was the case is the shotgun, when I dash, it seems like... Jesus Christ, controller, what the hell's wrong with you? He has to, like, pull it, like, way the fuck out, and it's not a quick shot like I thought it was.
We'll have Walter back after this.
So yeah, that is a huge difference than what I thought, and I didn't pay attention before because so much other stuff was going on.
PCA incoming. Pull out before they make this complicated.
Alright,
I'm afraid it's too
as a
late.
result, big change up.
As we're complicating things. So much for subtlety. You'll have to fight your way up now. Take them down,
Okay,
61.
except... Okay, you know, that... Hold the fuck up. I just had my entire right joystick do
That's the
nothing.
last of the control devices.
I was trying to, like, move my joystick and it just didn't respond to what I was doing, so... I don't know what the fuck was that. Might have been my lock-on thing. Oh, shit, I think it was. Yeah, okay.
Do you read me?
Let's change it to what I keep it on.
PCA incoming. Pull out before they make this complicated.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
Yeah, much easier to stay focused on him that way.
As we're complicating things. So much for subtlety. You'll have to fight your way out now. Take them down, 61. I'll clean up the
That
mess.
is keeping them on my focus much
I've
better.
identified some Xylem defenses we can co-opt. Try accessing it if you need support.
I think that was a big problem with my last run that I just abandoned so fast.
Defenses now recognize you as an ally.
Is I thought I was on one lock-on mode and I wasn't.
Stay busy.
Alright, he's definitely 2 on my butt. There we go. Hopefully that gave me a little breathing room. Alright, now with these guys going... Yeah, there we go. Now I was able to make some contact with that shotgun. Look at the difference that makes.
Wearing it down. Finish it, 61.
Already he's like a third down. That might have been something that I was just like, without thinking about it, successfully doing on my first run that I didn't do on the second. No, the wall!
50%.
I fell for the bait wall.
2 repair kits remaining.
Look at the difference that made, though. That one realization of, hey, shotgun work like different than Brain thought.
Light shoulder ammunition at 50%.
I thought the shotgun had so much more mobility application than it really did. So, yeah, my thought of it being easy mode was actually not too far off. The problem is my brain thought things worked like they done didn't do work.
And the ECM fog's cleared too. Now, my friend can get back to surveying.
That second repair kit I used at the end wasn't even necessary. It was just like, I want to have my machine topped off when I get back to the bay. Oh shit, I didn't talk about this. Rigid. Okay, hold on. Let me just. Speaking of easy mode, they made grinding for items and money a lot harder in Disgaea 7 until you unlock this new hospital gacha feature in the assembly that makes it easier. Okay, that's kind of interesting. And I just uploaded a video of me attempting the Luffy screen as a short. Now, what I want to say is, you did a video where, were you doing the Zoro scream, right? You put that up on Twitter? I was shocked at how genuinely well placed that fit in for a, again, Zoro dub scream. That was genuinely really good. Shotguns are usually my go-to in games with shooting. They tend to spread their shots and be powerful, but unfortunately, they do fire slowly. Well, you know, when you're really, you know, going to town on the enemies, having a little bit of that scatter shot kind of gives you a little bit of good wrap-up scene, you know? Need to remind how much I sometimes hate my comments. But okay, that is the one you uploaded. Yeah. So I'm gonna give that another look just to...
I'm a busy man, far too busy for the likes of you.
So I hear. Must be a tough time to be the Vesper's deputy commander.
Get to the point.
The plan to raid the PCA. You're going to need more pawns on the board.
Of course, you're here to hawk your services again. Very well. I'll consider that mutt of yours part of the effort.
One more thing. Show my hound some respect.
Yo, hold up.
Jet
Walter's
forces
in our
the
corner?
pedigree as any other.
Walter's in our corner being like, yo, put some fucking respect on his name. Hell yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give that another look so that I can verify to give it a look view, give it the comment run, and you know, give it the like. Really feed that into that algorithm, you know. Give it the old algorithmic goodies.
The defense systems were still in operation after all this time. And stranger still, the PCA personally intervened to block the survey. There must be more to Xylem. And to Walter's friend.
Okay, fair enough. I genuinely didn't know I had it in me. It was only the second take as well. Well, you know, it might be something to maybe look at, you know, just on your own. Play around with that, you know, see how you can deliver on a few other lines, and see what you can make happen with that. Cause yeah, I was surprised. All right, let's switch over my data back to my default build. Load out yet. There we go. God, I will not get over my mud flap design at the feet. That is easily my favorite thing I've put on this entire build. Like, I don't ever want to leave these legs just for that alone. Alright, but let me take a look at what we're looking at here. Oh yeah, that's a big boss run. Also, what do we have in the shop? Anything new? Doesn't look like anything new from the arena wins that we had. Yeah, it looks like a lot of the holdovers. God, I kind of like that headpiece. Also got some more fun goodies in here somewhere, and the absolute, I think I talked about this before, the warrior, the football warrior build right here. Also, some reverse joint legs. I don't think I have anything that's really good in that avenue yet. I think the only things I thought might have been were bipedal. Because, yeah, that extra load limit's kind of nice. I'm going to hang on to my cash because we don't know what's coming up yet, but that ain't bad. But I'm not going to be doing the boss run this time because that is going to be a bloodbath of my skull against a brick wall that I am not quite prepared for right now. I knew someone whose voice was typically deep, but he somehow did a spot-on Majin Buu impression. Yeah, for a lot of people, they can actually manage a surprising range between their voice. I've talked about this before, that I actually, due to damage to my throat, I actually speak an octave higher than I relaxed want to. But it's the only way that I can maintain conversation long term without my throat giving out even earlier. But I think I'm gonna wrap the stream up here. Remember, guys, like, share, you know, do the YouTube things. Y'all are too smart for that. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm kind of getting to that point where I'm feeling the drain of the energy. And so I'm going to go get some coffee, probably go play with my dog for a bit. I'm going to go take me a nap. And then sometime tonight I've got to get a hold of Reso Basso and see about what he might be thinking of doing. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping in. Rigid, Richard, and Dem, of course, earlier on. Hope you guys all have a good one. And see you next time. Bye.